Make sure I hit the record button. All right, it wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't have the old intro music coming in. I know now that you're over here working with me, you're gonna be like, "We gotta change this," but it's kind of part of the deal now.
This intro song?
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's fine. It's a banger.
yeah.
I'm down.
Well, give us a little applause. Getting our lives organized again. Applause for that. It's been a hell of a couple weeks.
It's ass.
A hell of a couple weeks, party people. All right. So we are in a different podcast situation now.
Yes.
My brother, it was not ceremonial. What's the word? Nostalgic?
Biblical.
That's a word for it. Biblical. Jacob moved back into
Symbolic.
his original office. And just a little recap on the office situation over the last few years here. I've been in the same hole, oftentimes known as the shithole. If you walk by it from time to time, I'm not exactly proud of it most times of the day. Neither is my wife. So then the other two offices were empty for 9 years, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, there's really nothing going on there. We've done this and that. And then Cassie, we opened her clinic in January of 2025, February. So she took over one of the offices, and then the other office became the podcast room, which it worked. It was a cool setup. But I can tell you the downside of that, with that door closed and 4 people in there, it gets up to 90 degrees.
That's
I'm
hot.
literally sitting in there sweating out of every part of my body.
It wouldn't work for me. I don't like the heat.
I don't like the heat. So it was biblical. It was foretold by Jesus, probably in the Third Testament of the Bible. Hasn't been written yet, but that Jacob moved back into his former stomping grounds and reclaim the old office. It was important for me to have that, of us coming together. And we went back and forth on keeping a podcast room, this and that, and it's just like, nah. And I know you guys watch these videos and we're famous on YouTube for our podcast setup. No, it's not.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, anyway.
We're getting there.
So we just pivoted it and we brought it into the staff room, and we got this little bit of setup here, and everything's plugged in. It's working. So we decided, my brother didn't think I was serious when I was like, I want to set up the podcast, and we set it up.
I didn't think we were going to record right now. We literally just put this together.
Yeah, and we're testing it, and it's working. So we're going to record something and let you guys know we're not dead. Yeah, this is cheap stuff. It's not the highest quality.
That's right. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get to Joe Rogan level.
I don't know if I want to.
You never know.
It sounds exhausting.
Did he want to?
I mean, he was already famous from TV and stuff.
Famous, a double edge, baby.
So how do I want to keep it?
Double edge. The mothership. Back to the mothership.
I mean, my whole purpose of this fitness influencer life is just connecting with our double edge community. And maybe those surrounding the outskirts of the community, curious about the community, letting them know what we're all about. Beyond that,
Word.
maybe it's because I'm 41 now. I just don't give a shit anymore.
It's all right. You haven't had a little brother around for the last 9 years. I mean, you have, just not in the gym. That sounded morbid.
Well, in all reality, it's funny because Jake and I, we obviously own Double Edge together, and having both locations, like, they're just far enough apart to honestly be competition to each other. And we never really saw each other.
Not really.
Like, working
really,
together
no.
was done through text messaging and emails, and our best times running, Double Edge was when we're together. And I think that's going to resonate across the board with us and the whole community coming together under one roof.
Absolutely.
Now, just a little recap. The last couple weeks has been moving time. It's one reason we've been super void on everything like this. Just moving everything from the South Gym, which we're still not quite done yet, to Midtown. And we're about 95% there. Got the equipment, literally fit in 98% of all the gym equipment into the gym. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, both rigs coming together. It's epic. It's biblical. So you took it there. There was
It's symbolic.
Symbolic. That's a much better word for this. Symbolic of both gyms coming together. There was like, oh, you're gonna have a blue and a black. It might look weird. I think it's badass. I think it's cool how it both comes together.
114 feet of greatness.
Yep. So you got those all together, bolted up. It's working great. All the machines, we got them stacked in there to where we can use them. A couple classes we have used them all. So, you know, right now there are people asking, both members and non-members, like, hey, you guys selling anything? It's like, we're really not. Not at this juncture. Everything fits, and there are days that we need it all, and there are days that we don't. So, like, we're going to keep rolling with it for a while, and probably going to keep damn near everything. So, we got a couple of salt bikes that we're going to part ways with. They're still in good working order. Just the salt bikes, we had an excessive amount of them. So fixing some of them, and we're parting ways with 4 for sure. So those are at the South Gym right now that we'll part ways with. And then we got another decent sized rig that we're not 100% sure what we're doing with it. Might sell it, might put it in storage, might put it in my backyard. I don't know. Not in a rush to really do anything with it. So we got that going on, but you guys that are curious, yeah, not selling anything. So if we do decide to sell it, then we'll let our members know. They get first dibs on things. Anything to add to that?
I mean, I think it's cool that we're in a position to be able to utilize that much equipment. There's, you know, not many gyms that you go to that would see that they have 26 rowers on the group class floor. I think we got like 30 in the building, maybe more. But that we can offer a very substantial amount of equipment for everyone to use, maybe in excess. But we wanted it to be that way, so we could see how everything integrates. And I apologize for how I sound; I'm very congested. But see how everything integrates in a group class. See what we need, see what we don't. We need this first like month or so to kind of get adjusted to everything. But it's cool that we were never in a position where we like needed to get rid of all this equipment. That we can take our time, see how things work to really make truly the most badass double-edged experience for everyone inside these walls. So it's cool that we're in that position.
Yeah, and it just, what Jacob's referring to is South Gym wasn't like a knee-jerk reaction to dire circumstances. You know, we've been working on growing that facility since COVID. It just wasn't bouncing back the same rate Midtown did. And some expenses related to the real estate situation over there and not getting the same draw that Midtown gets. It wasn't making sense for a long-term business plan. You know, we were doing pretty good going into COVID. It was hitting all the benchmarks as far as business was going. COVID came, kicked that gym harder than Midtown, and then bouncing back, it wasn't the same rate as the overhead of the facility needed. It just wasn't penciling as far as a long-term plan, you know. So these decisions were made very proactively for the health and long-term stability of Double Edge, and honestly, in many ways, simplifying things to reduce stress and to put more effort, energy into our existing community versus constantly trying to get new people to join the community. And that's been kind of big on my heart the last couple of years, is putting ourselves in a position where we can, put more effort in our coaching and everything back into our community. And we're not so split between, where oftentimes small business owners are, between servicing existing customers, but the need to grow. And, we've been at this a really long time, and I want to enjoy what is built and not constantly be trying to build, if that makes any sense.
It does make sense.
So with this change, I think everything's been like coming together super, super nice. I mean, like you said, the first week or so of both gyms coming together, it's funny, but it's like, your first day of school and meeting all the new kids and this and that. Something that wasn't intended when we did this was developing the kind of two separate communities, but it's kind of impossible to stop. Classes work out together with their group. They work out together with their coach. There's probably 20 members that cross-pollinated between both gyms regularly.
Yep.
And outside of that, everybody is kind of identified with their group, with their class and whatnot. So bringing everybody together, I had to get through those first day of new school vibes. And so far, after a couple weeks, it's been cool. It's been really cool. 5 a.m. class, love you guys, but we're crazy hour. It's full. It's a full class.
It's funny because that time of day sucks.
It does, but I get it. It's a lot of people relatively my age. It's like get in, get it done before the kids are awake, get to work. It's you did something for you to start the day off, and then you're not trying to chase it later. So I get why it's a busy class, but it is not my personal favorite time to work out. But in that situation, I would prefer working out there and getting it done to get on with my day. So I get it. And most of the people in that class has been training at that hour at either gym for 5-10 years, like a long time. They've been with us a really long time. And it's been cool to see everybody come together, even though it's a full house, it's a party. That class pushes the limits on what we can do at the gym. And it's been working. Still got some organization, planning, structure stuff to do. Make it a little more efficient. But having both of us coaches, me and Tammy in the mornings, most of the classes now have 2 coaches in them again.
Yep.
It's been working. The vibes have been cool. It's been fun. And I think it's settling in very nicely. So far, parking, as I suspected, has been a non-issue. Everything's been like some of the concerns that were coming up before we did this seem to have dissipated into what we expected, because a lot of people weren't around before opening the style gym. Like, this was a still busy gym.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these classes, it wasn't abnormal for 5 a.m. pre-COVID to hit 30 people from time to time. And I bring up that class because it is the biggest one of the day. And it kind of sets the tone for planning, organization, and so forth for everything else. So if we pull it off there, we can pull it off the rest of the day. And it's been working. Feedback from your classes? Seem to be having a good time?
Yeah, everyone's having a great time that I know of, that everyone's expressed to me.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time talking some shit, engaging with some new people that are professional shit talkers.
Yeah.
Holding my own.
Yep.
It's going great. I ain't no one's bitch.
Yeah, you got a couple good ones in the noon class for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, classics. Classic. So, if you guys, I'm sure my brother's there, but if I'm now in a mental state, I told people the first week, I was like, don't say a word to me. Don't offer any sort of constructive criticism. Don't give me any advice on organization, layout. Don't say anything. Just keep it to yourself for at least a week. I think now, I'm in a much better mental state with the move being near complete, that I'm open to suggestions and things, you guys are seeing or thinking. Please feel free to share that stuff with any of us. And we'll continue to do our best to provide the best product and service to you guys that we can. One of the biggest things that I've gotten feedback on is people love the high energy of the classes.
Yeah. It's always exciting having a big class.
Yep.
You know, if people thrive off the energy, everyone's engaged. Yeah, as a coach, sometimes it's hard when you have like 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be super motivated, especially if those 3 people are just kind of like there to go through the motions. But if you have a class of 10, 15, 20, 25, 35,
yeah.
Okay, even if you feel like a bag of ass coming through the door and you got enough people that are not a bag of ass, you rise to the level of least amount of ass.
Great analogy.
Yes.
Yeah, great analogy.
So when you have a lot of people around you, you all kind of build each other up.
No, it elevates the mood.
It elevates the ass.
Elevates, yeah. So do Bulgarian split squats. That's why I love them.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's been one of the coolest things to see, and you can feel it. It's visceral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can feel it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's been good. It's been good. Been exciting. What else did I put on there to talk about?
Well, this podcast is really off the cuff. This was not planned. I literally didn't know we were doing this till 5 minutes before we sat down and we set it up. It's not completely done. We're experimenting still, but I think we got a good little thing going here. And I am still moving back in my office. So that's probably going to take another fortnight or so. But we're getting there. Just really the motivation was just to let the people know that we're here.
Yep.
We're together.
We're gonna
time to dominate.
We're gonna bring back the fitness, health, nutrition stuff. I was talking to Cassie about like once a month we do like a little medical fitness nutrition kind of round table of this, that, and the other in regards. I mean, I'm met with a couple members in the last week asking me questions. Granted, I've been off the social media, but some of the influencers on there popping off with new stuff, new supplements, this and that, and it's getting asked opinions and thoughts on these various things. And usually I'm pretty outspoken on social media. And then when we come on the podcast, we recap those things, just try to give you guys our insights on these topics that are trending. Do a little recap on, I personally want to go over like my diet, mindset, and everything during the last month, because training for me hasn't been how it normally is. It's been not necessarily secondary, but it's been maintenance mindset. Like just get enough fitness in to maintain both my body, my health, and my sanity. And when you're going through times in your life like that, how do you mentally navigate, blocks of time like that?
Preach it, brother.
Trying. So
I have 2 blown out shoulders and I haven't really found the motivation to do a whole lot of shit. But hey, I did group class yesterday. I'm doing it today in like 15 minutes.
Nice.
Got to scale everything.
Right.
It's hard mentally to want to do shit when everything hurts and it's injured.
Yeah, we're getting surgery soon. So we get the shoulder reattached so it's not just hanging there by a couple threads.
Yeah, and hopefully the other one holds up.
Yeah, you got to do the rehab stuff.
Yep.
So Jake get fixed up. So he's going to be in an arm sling for like 2 months. And then they say 6 months to be back to normal, but I suspect it to be 4.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. But either way, he does have to get a major shoulder
Especially
surgery
if that
redone.
the other one did.
Yeah. Oh. Take it one at a time, all right?
Yeah.
Yep. But all in all, having the coaches together, having the staff together, having everybody in the same gym, from coaches all the way through members, it's honestly made me, outside of my stress of moving everything, somewhat emotional, because it finally feels like the gym and community that we've always strived to have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we grew really quickly and we did really well, and then had the opportunity to open a second location and thought that that would be the best course of action to continue to grow community and for other opportunities and stuff. But as we went through the process, and you could say maybe not humbled is the right word, but I would say we had to experience going through a venture,
Mm-hmm.
you know, quite almost literally a decade, to really understand that, you know, a community is not necessarily the amount of locations you have. It is the, you know, as cliche and corny as it sounds, the community is all the people that are inside the walls, no matter the building.
Mm-hmm.
In having, when you're a small business like we are, having the team all together, you know, especially particularly you and me, because we're not going anywhere ever,
Yep.
that we can grow off each other rather than being separated. This will only make our venture to be able to facilitate this community and what we can accomplish even more effective as we continue to grow as individuals, to be that better person for everyone around us.
Yeah.
Not to sound super philosophical, but you know, on paper, separated more places, more people, but not necessarily. And I think, you know, we had to go through and experience that to realize that maybe that wasn't the case. You know, coming back full circle, I think this is actually going to make us a much more effective in all of the right ways.
Yep. I think so too. You know, we have 2 locations that were 3 miles apart from each other. And it's like, it was an idea facilitated out of the growth and success of Midtown, and the opportunity came up. We jumped on it. We gave it a real effort, and you know, everything was just pointing towards simplification and bringing the communities together. You know, for multiple reasons, you know, from how we're feeling about. I mean, I was coaching between both gyms for the whole last year, and I fell in love with the community at the South Gym, loved the community at Midtown, and just like me bouncing between both gyms, I still can't figure out how to like bring it together. And then we forced it. We forced it, and I think everything is going to be, well, I know everything's going to be better because of it.
Yeah.
I literally know that.
I'll say forced it. It just really kind of fell into place, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Symbolic is the word of this podcast. You know, I think we had to learn. We grinded. Mm-hmm. We pushed longer than anyone would have thought or recommended. Yeah. Because we were committed to this vision and principle and idea to make the biggest impact possible. And again, not to beat the dead horse here, but there's a reason why 75% of everything that we push this year, as far as our outreach to the community to try and grow, specifically the South Gym, why 75% of those people still want to be a part of Midtown. Like, there was these underlying tones saying, you know, one location is probably going to be the best. As we were talking to someone earlier today, you know, we could have ground for like a couple years, you know, and as I think there's a part of us that really appreciates hustle culture, but there's also a part of it that gets to a point where it's really not healthy anymore. And you can only grind so much before what is there to grind is gone.
Yeah. And
we weren't effective. We were just trying to make businesses function rather than actually enjoying what we're doing and making an impact.
Yep. I felt torn all the time between the desire to put more effort, energy for myself into our existing community and the need as a business to grow for long-term business stability with both locations. And it was just a constant splitting of my attention. And, you know, it kind of ran its course. You know, we sat down in July and had a conversation. The plan was for me to go down there and coach for a year and help and see where things were at, what we think. And when all things were laid out on the table, it made the most sense for every aspect of what we do to provide health and fitness and change people's lives, to do it out of the home location again and just focus on that. Because we have the space to accommodate everybody, which we have done. Everybody's been working out here. And we have the equipment. And we have the coaching staff. and it's working great. 2 weeks in.
Yep.
So I just want to say thank you for all the people. I know, South, a lot of members down there, they kind of lost their home in a way. And I know my brother's been, sentimental about that. He's been down there from the very beginning, every single day. And you become very attached to it. It is your place of change. You may have met your significant other. I mean, Jacob just married 2 members that met at the Sal gym.
Yeah.
It becomes a big part of your identity. And I can really appreciate that. And I do understand, respect that, even though it's, a lot of the same, but there is differences coming together. But I think those differences are now going to blend together, and we're going to be stronger as one. But that's been one of the big reasons, why we wanted to build both rigs together. There's a lot of symbolism that we've been trying to get Midtown and South truly integrated. So I wanted to get the big sign hung up. These pieces matter. It's both communities coming together under one roof. And as much as we can symbolize that both in how we set up the gym, how we coach, how we run classes, the whole thing. And it's been impactful for me to be a part of that.
Yep.
So, and to see it take place, slowly starting to calm down, because when it's moving time and getting this stuff done, I can't just wait. I'm not good at that.
No.
At all. Even if I do it completely wrong the first time and we have to move it again, which has happened a couple times. But I want to get everything set up, and I think I'm in a better mental state now. Maybe. I need a couple more weeks.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, guys, don't have much else we want to elaborate really on this one. We just want to let you know we're still live. Podcast is still a thing. We're going to bring back the more focused on fitness, nutrition, medical, all that good stuff here in the near term. And Chase is walking in right now.
What's up, fuckers?
There he is. Yep. And we got to set up the podcast room so that when we are recording, not interrupted, but this one's not a real big deal. Yeah. So come and say hi, Chase. Get your face on the camera. Quitter. Mm-hmm. Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Pop in right there.
Yeah, there he is. Yep. Chase Brady, one and only. You're in. Yeah, he's doing his chores. I think that's all we got.
Yep, that's it.
Let's take it out. There it is. Bye, everybody. I think there's another one. I forgot where all the buttons were. Love you guys.
Peace.